There's 5 rounds left in the regular PWR season, and round 14 is the beginning of the home straight to securing a place in the coveted playoffs. After a statement win on the road last week, Bristol Bears returned to Ashton Gate to face Leicester Tigers licking their wounds after round 13. Sale Sharks are still fishing for their first win of the season, and they'd have to be vicious if it was going to come against the visiting second-place Harlequins. Loughborough Lightning were making a welcome return home where they'd recently taken down Sarries. Could they maintain this reputation as giant killers with Exeter Chiefs soldiering up from Devon? We begin at Kingsholm though. Gloucester-Hartpury top of the table and undefeated in their last 5. A daunting prospect for any visiting side, but Trailfinders went toe-to-toe with Quins in their last match, so could they bring the same form here and spoil the show by the circus? Commentary comes from Claire Thomas.
In the pocket is the Maple. Shell charged down by Hunt, gathered just about and dotted down. Well, they fluffed their lines when it came to the delivery, but there's no one on a rugby pitch who will outthink or outfoot speed Mo Hunt. 5 points just gifted to the champions. There's the scrum, there's the platform. What can they conjure up with it? It was Hyatt on that inside line, out to in and accelerating hard with it. Hunt now finding on her shoulder Beckett. She's going to have to really rootle for this one. There are Trailfinders everywhere she looks. Queuing up for it, but didn't need the one of them, because Mackenzie Carson was there with hands open, over she bursts, and she slams another 5 onto the champions' tally. The front row scuttle backwards and out the way and leave it to Abby Burton. No flanker in the league beats more defenders than her, but Wood this time finding Pinnock. 2 metres, Rory Wood up and over, and there's the score for Trailfinders. A first PWR try for new arrival Rory Wood. Zachary heading up down that channel. Will anyone stop Kate Zachary? Eventually, yes. It's Mo Hunt, but they're 4 metres out from a second now, Trailfinders. What a salvo this would be. 3 metres the difference. Amory picking out Pinnock. Double shots raining in from the champions, but the gap is narrow, and there are some explosive individuals who all fancy getting hands on it. They go again through Leatherman. Still short, our referee deems. Red jerseys packing down against the line. She's over, Tyson Bukaboom! And Trailfinders are wielding their underdogs tag like a sledgehammer. 2 scores in double quick time. It's the Canadian Tyson Bukaboom. Gloucester-Hartpury score most of their points in the 3rd quarter, but they've got a handy habit of scoring something right before half-time. Here is Else. Burton's tackle, queuing up all of those figures around the left of that breakdown. Carson brings them inches out. Hunt with the step back against the grain, as slippery as an eel and over. Complacency in these parts will not go unpunished.
Leave it, Red, leave it.
Gloucester-Hartpury told to leave that one alone. Alert to the threat of Wood, ball in hand. It's Aldcroft who shoots up and makes her shot. 20 tackles last week, the England captain made against Loughborough. Still going Trailfinders. What a rumble that was. And now Wood has it and will have her brace if she's got that down. Trailfinders are celebrating. Well, Trailfinders fancy themselves mischief makers here at Kingsholm. Rory Wood has 2. Ball is loose, gathered by Lisa Thompson, still going Thompson, reaching, stretching, short. Massinson sizes up her options, picks the loose heads. And it's Trailfinders who hits the front. What a day to be a prop from Ealing, Olivia Leatherman. There's a big shove coming. Jones so swiftly to the back of that one, and it's got awfully loud in here all of a sudden. The crowd hoping that every sound wave might buffet Jones over. It is tit for tat in what is turning into a bit of a classic here at Kingsholm, and it's the champions who get a whisker in front once more. Williams carry, George's pass, finding Hendy, Venner picking out Metcalf on the wing, whose beautiful stutter step will be enough on this occasion, and Gloucester-Hartpury have their fifth. Davies finds compatriot George, but it can't quite be gathered cleanly, so there's a scrum advantage for Trailfinders, who will kick it away. Massinson over the top, chasing it is Musgrove. It sits up for Liz Musgrove with just Hendy to beat. And what a return from injury for the Scottish flyer. Tough nails carry, Guala's clean out. Everyone from Trailfinders emptying tanks here, hunting for something which would be utterly spectacular.
Keep moving.
The shed is loud. Massinson with the offload to Guala, and she's knocked it on. The most spectacular of finishes. But Gloucester-Hartpury survive. Just full-time score in this one. What a game. Gloucester-Hartpury 33, Trailfinders 31.
We just said it in the huddle, like normally you win or you learn, that's the saying, like you learn so much from the losses, but we'll learn a hell of a lot from that game. I think the girls weren't sure of the clock. I think sometimes the clock isn't quite accurate to what the refs play, and so massive takeaway for us, but what a game to have on TNT, do you know what I mean? Like we want close games, we want to showcase this league in the best way possible, and that was a hell of a game to have on telly.
This was the first home start for Ilona Marr in Bristol colours in front of another big crowd at Ashton Gate. The Bears full of confidence after that win at Exeter, and it showed. They already led through a Holly Phillips try when they launched a superb break. After receiving Kira Bevan's pass, prop Simi Pam showed incredible speed to run in under the posts. Another Phillips try soon followed, and Tigers were fearing a repeat of last week's hammering by Saracens. Bristol combining forward power with flair and pace in the back line, and leading try scorer Millie David added a fourth before the half-hour mark. From 24-0 down, the Tigers found their teeth in the final few minutes of the half and got their reward when Meg Jones spread the ball wide for American winger Emily Henrik to score in the corner. And Leicester's momentum continued to grow at the start of the second half, the pack setting up camp on the Bristol line before a pick and go off the scrum by Talia Brodie delivered their second try. That sparked a hectic spell of scoring as the Bears turned to their pack once more. Phillips to the fore again, breaking off a ball and muscling her way over the line. A hat-trick of tries for the hooker. Back came Leicester again, playing with much more self-belief. From a line-out, Brodie broke at pace and released fellow Canadian Claire Gallagher. She was stopped at the post, but the number 8 was on hand to pounce for her second try of the game. In response to that, Bristol rang the changes from the bench, but Phillips was still there, steering a line-out drive within range before dashing over for her fourth try of the game with less than an hour played to stretch the Bears' lead again. Once again, Leicester responded to the host show of power with perhaps the try of this thrilling match. Pace and precision in the back line as Meg Jones combined superbly with Henrik and then rode a tackle to score in the corner. With that, Leicester had the try bonus point. But the win was Bristol's once they added their 7th try of the game. A patient build-up, followed by an injection of speed, which released number 8 Gabriella Negrelli to score in the corner. The Tigers battled to the end and were rewarded for their late pressure when lock Charlotte Frey crashed over. Some pride restored for Leicester after the week before, but Bristol's bid for a top 4 finish is gathering pace. Final score, Bristol Bears 43, Leicester Tigers 29. After a weekend off, Harlequins were back in business in Greater Manchester, looking to extend their 9-match winning streak. Sale had enjoyed a break too after their game with Trailfinders fell foul of the weather. It was the visitors who got back into the groove quickest. After some slick passing, Ellie Kildunn sprinted away to score her 6th try of the season. Not a great start for the Sharks, still chasing their first victory of the campaign. But they hit back quickly, thanks to some quick thinking from scrum half Sophia Stefan. After taking a quick tap penalty, the Italian international squeezed over the line. After that, neither side could grab control of the game until Harlequins launched a superb attack from deep inside their own half. Spanish winger Claudia Peña set off at pace and broke 2 tackles before offloading to Kildunn. She charged for the line before a neat pass inside sent Sarah Parry over for the try. A Lizzie Duffy penalty just before half-time cut Quins' lead to 2 points, but Harlequins were soon on the attack again in the second period, and Kildunn continued to dominate the action. A clever box kick by scrum half Freya Orkin was collected by the World Player of the Year, who strolled in to score and then raced for the post to make the conversion easier. Now Quins were in total control, and 5 minutes later Kildunn was at it again. Some lovely passing sent the fullback on her way. She threatened to score again herself before nudging the ball through for Peña to bravely collect. A bonus point try for Harlequins, who now had a healthy lead. They extended that advantage when a driving maul was finished by hooker Caris Phillips, but Kildunn's afternoon wasn't finished yet. Harlequins' rampant backline continued to create opportunities for their flying fullback. And even though she was stopped just short of the line this time, the ball was quickly recycled, and Kildunn completed her hat-trick by diving over on the blind side, as Harlequins made absolutely sure of a 10th straight win. Another disappointing afternoon for the tired and demoralised Sharks, and there was still time for them to concede one more score. A stray Sale pass was picked off by Quins' replacement winger Izzy Mayhew, who dived in under the sticks as the visitors made it 31 unanswered points in the second half. Final score, Sharks 10, Harlequins 43. Exeter needed to bounce back from last week's home defeat by the Bears, while Lightning had lost out to Gloucester-Hartpury in their last outing. Both teams enjoyed spells of pressure in a tight first quarter, but it was the Chiefs who struck first, centre Alex Tessier spinning over the line to score. The home side's response was immediate. Within sight of the Exeter line, Lightning patiently went through the phases before centre Alev Kelter punched a hole through the Chiefs' defence to finish under the posts. It was her 6th try in 8 games. The rest of the first half was a tight affair with no further score. It was 7-all at the break, and the second period continued to be cagey, with both sides probing for an opening. With less than 20 minutes left, Lightning found it, with Emily Scarrett heavily involved on her 50th appearance for the club. The centre's crossfield kick was gathered by Kelter, who sent Chrissy Skirfield over in the corner. Exeter trailed by 5 and their problems immediately grew when fly half Taylor Perry was sent off. Chiefs down to 14 for the rest of the match, but their reaction was to attack. And after a penalty was kicked to touch, Exeter's line-out drive gathered momentum and replacement prop Michaela Nelson twisted over the line to score. With the conversion, they led by 2. With 10 minutes left, another twist. Scarrett landed a penalty to put Lightning back in front, and it seemed that her big day would end in victory. Exeter had other ideas, but they were held at bay until the last minute of the game. One final line-out drive saw 13 Chiefs players join in, and Lightning couldn't hold them. Replacement hooker Emily Titosi emerged triumphant from the pile of bodies, and it was clear what the win meant for their playoff challenge. Heartbreak for Lightning, despite their obvious improvement. Final score, Loughborough Lightning 15, Exeter Chiefs 19. Round 14 delivered big scores and close contests in equal measure. The big scores came from Bristol Bears against Leicester, and Harlequins hit 43 points too against the Sharks. It was much closer for Gloucester-Hartpury and the Chiefs. Those results mean Gloucester-Hartpury stay top above Quins, Exeter move above Saracens, who didn't play, and the Bears are still very much in the playoff race. The bottom 4 all lost this weekend. Round 15 gets underway with Bristol's visit to Trailfinders. The live game on TNT Sports on Saturday lunchtime sees the Tigers entertain neighbours Lightning. There's another local derby when Harlequins host Saracens, and on Sunday the Chiefs face the Sharks. We'll round up all the action same time next week.